Yo, I'm back with another one, yeah. So I used to have this job back in the day, right? And we had a boss, and the boss was alcoholic. so, so one day, me and my partner we're standing at the desk, the front of the building's right there, the front door, and at the time, my boss, it was funny because he was married to a lady that looked just like him with a wig on. It was horrible. And he was like 60. I don't know. He was old. So anyway, one day he decides to come to work and his wife pulls up to the front. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Pulls up to the front, right? Gets out the car like this. He gets out the car. She pulls up. She's like, whoop. He get out the car. He does this. Nah, he was so drunk. Then he gets up. He gets up. He's like, and we have automatic doors in the building. He crawls to the automatic door, gets up, and is like, the door just opens and he just falls. Wow! Lays there for like 30 seconds. We just standing there. Me and my partner standing there. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm not helping this guy. I just walked away from him. It's ridiculous, man, what people be doing at the job, man. I have so many stories of people at the job just messing up. People out here better get it right, man. You people out here have these board meetings and y'all be drinking and all that. Y'all need to stop that. We had one dude at the job. This is an employee. So it's like 11:30 at night. The guy comes in, he's like, hey. He's like, how you guys doing? I'm going upstairs and I'm gonna do some work. And we're like, what? Like, this dude is drunk, man. I was like, and then I told the guy, I was like, you sure you okay? You okay? And the guy was like, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's great. Damn. He said, everything's great. Right? He goes, everything's just great. I was like, all right. So he goes upstairs. My partner, at like 20 minutes from that time, he goes and does a round. My partner's on the radio like, yo, I'm up here on the floor. This dude's up here bleeding. So we go upstairs and investigate. This dude hit his head on the table, laid out in front of the desk, man, bleeding out. He's just bleeding out. So we had to call his wife. We called 911, man. Oh my God, because he wanted us to call the wife. Like after he woke up, he was like, So he called the wife, man. The wife came in and chewed him out. And she was a big lady too, man. She come stomping in. She was like, ugh. I was like, what in the heck? Crazy, man. Crazy. So the other incident, a guy is drunk and he comes from drinking with the fellas. Now this guy's like 55. A lot of these dudes be old doing all this, and I don't understand. So he's like 55 years old, right? He goes and sits in the lobby. He's drunk, like he's really buzzing bad. Right? And I was like, yo, you okay, man? You want to call an Uber? Did you drive here? Da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, nah, I'm good. You know, my wife's gonna come pick me up. In fact, and he hadn't even called the wife yet, so he was already messed up. He didn't even call her yet. So he's like, yeah, she's gonna come pick me up, and I'm gonna go outside and wait for her. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm thinking that he already called her and everything, but he never called. So then 5 minutes later, he's outside. A lady comes in and goes, there's a man outside laying on the ground. I was like, oh my goodness. This dude was outside and fell flat on his face. Just like this. He was like, yo. The crazy thing is, he comes back in when the lady told me, because I was about to go out there. He comes back and he's stumbling. He's like, He comes in looking like Frankenstein. I mean, all this was bloody, It looked like 12 people boxed him to sleep, and he survived. I mean, he came in like this. He was like, please, God. I was like, what did you do? I said, what is going on? Had to call 911. Then I had to call 911 anyway, but he got on the phone, and when the emergency came, he didn't want them to do nothing. So he was embarrassed, and I'm like, dude, you bleeding, man. You gotta get stitches or something. Nope. This dude called somebody. Someone came and picked him up. I don't know if they took him to the hospital or not. All I know is when he came back to work like a week later, man, he looked like Frankenstein, man. He had stitches he had like 35 stitches, yo. Broke his skull open, man. He coming in walking like this. Hey, what's up, man? Hurt his neck and everything. He was all stiff. He was like, He was like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Barnett? You can't be drinking out here, man. Can't be at the job drinking, man. It's crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, that's just how it goes down, man. See y'all next week.